everyone. Hope all of you have watched my video with the first 18 questions solved in part 1. Now I'm continuing from the part 2 video, which is from 19th question onwards. So one equation of a pair of dependent linear equations is minus 5x plus 7y equals 2. The second equation can be. So what is the meaning of pair of dependent equations? They are overlapping lines, children. They are overlapping lines. They are coincident lines. So for a pair of linear equations to be overlapping, what is the condition we have? So we have the condition a1 by a2 equals b1 by b2 equals c1 by c2. So now we need to check with all the options a, b, c, d, which line will overlap with the given line equation in the question. So we have minus 5x plus 7y minus 2 equals 0. So this is the given line. So we'll compare it with the first option, 10x plus 14y plus 4 equals 0. So let me apply the condition for overlapping lines and see whether the condition is satisfied. So it's going to be minus 5 divided by 10, 7 divided by 14 equals minus 2 divided by 4. So here if you see, I have minus 1 by 2 equals plus 1 by 2 equals minus 1 by 2. So this is, the condition is not satisfied. So option A is not the other pair where the lines will overlap each other. So we have to go to option B now. So option B, apply the same condition of for the lines to be overlapping. Apply the same condition, which is a1 by a2 equals b1 by b2 equals c1 by c2. So I have now minus 5 divided by minus 10, 7 divided by minus 14, minus 2 divided by 4, minus 2 divided by 4. Here again I have plus 1 by 2 here, minus 1 by 2 here, minus 1 by 2 here. So which means here also is not, the condition is not satisfied. So let me move on to option C. Option C, I have minus 5 divided by minus 10 equals 7 divided by 14 equals minus 2 divided by plus 4. So when I look at this option C, when I look at the conditions applied here, I have minus 5 by minus 10. What is minus 5 by minus 10? It's going to be 1 by 2. Here it's 1 by 2, so it's equal. But look at the third one. It is minus 1 by 2, so it's not going to satisfy. So the condition is not satisfied. So let me go to the option D. Option D, I have, look at the equations. I have minus 5 divided by 10 equals 7 divided by minus 4 equals minus 2 divided by plus 4. So here, when I look at the option D, I have here minus 1 by 2, here also minus 1 by 2, here also minus 1 by 2. So which means everything is equal, which means the condition is satisfied for the lines to overlap each other, for lines to be dependent. So option D is the correct answer. So we have the next question here. A letter of English alphabets is chosen at random. What is the probability that it is the letter of the word mathematics? So letter of English alphabets. How many English alphabets you have? You have 26. So total outcomes is going to be 26. What is the possible outcome, student? Possible outcomes is, it is from the letters of the word mathematics. So you're going to take the letter of the word mathematics. So M-A-T-H-E 5, again MAT is not counted, 5, ICS 6, 7, 8. So possible outcomes is 8. For the word mathematics, you have possible outcomes 8 letters. So what is the probability? So you know the probability formula is possible outcomes divided by total outcomes. So it's going to be 8 divided by 26. So it's going to be 4 divided by 13, which is option A. So now let's move on to the next question, children. So we have the next question here. See, we have come to section B now. So we have completed solving section A, which has got 20 questions. So with that 20 questions, you have to answer only 16 out of 20. Now again, we have section B, which has got for 20 questions. So here in section B 20 questions also, you will be answering only 16 out of 20. So this is the usually in boards, in CBSE board doesn't have overall choice with the entire section. So overall choice with the entire section is happening this year. Usually it's only internal choices here and there in some questions. So now you have overall choice. The entire section A you can answer 16 out of 20. Entire section B you can answer 16 out of 20. Entire section C you can answer 8 out of 10. So this is a very good, this is you can easily score very good marks, student. So let's go to section B now. You have the 21st question there. Sum of two numbers is 1215. HCF is 18. Then the possible number of pairs of such numbers. So this is what the question says. HCF is 18 means among the two numbers you have the common factors to be 81. HCF is 81 means the common factor is 81 with the two numbers. So the two numbers you can take it as 81x and 81y. So 81x plus 81y is 1215 according to the question. So 81 I'll take it out. So it's going to be x plus y, children, 1215. So what is your x plus y? 1215 divided by 81. So you can go for cancelling here. So you will have 15. So x plus y is 15. X plus y is 15. So we know that x and y are co-prime here. So we have to see what combination of x and y will give you 15. X could be 1, then y will be 14. X could be 2, y will be 13 in that case. X could be 3, y will be 12. So this option, this pair is not possible because 3 and 12 are not co-prime. So you have, it is divisible by 3 here. So it's not possible. If x is a 4, y could be 11. If x is a 5, y could be 9. No, y could be 10 here. If x is 5, y is 10. Again, it is not possible. So they are not co-prime. It's divisible by 5. So this option is not possible. If x is 6, y is going to be 9. So this is also not possible. If x is 7, y is going to be 8. If x is 7, y is going to be 8. So that is possible. Suppose if x is 8, y is going to be 7. So again the reverse will happen. When you continue with x is equal to 8 and x is equal to 9 and x is equal to 10, it goes the reverse. So it's the same things, same pairs you will be getting again. So we'll stop here. So how many possible numbers of pairs are asked in the question? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pairs. So option C. Option C is the correct answer. So given below is the graph representing linear equations by lines AB and CD respectively. What is the area of the triangle formed by these two lines? So you have lines AB. Look at it on the graph, children. You have the line AB here. You have the line CD here. So they are intersecting. They are intersecting lines. What is the question? What is the area of the triangle formed by these lines? And the line x is equal to 0. What is x is equal to 0? X is equal to 0 is the y-axis. X is equal to 0 is nothing but the y-axis. So you need to find the area of the triangle formed by these two lines and the y-axis. That's what the question says. So the question says to find the area of the triangle. So this portion and the y-axis. So because we know that x is equal to 0 is the y-axis. And don't forget that, children, y equal to 0 is nothing but the x-axis itself. So we have now the area formed by y-axis and the two lines AB and CD. That is what is asked in the question. So we have to find the area there. So what is it? So here area is basically area of a triangle is going to be half into base into height. So half into base into height will be the area. So what is your base here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6 units, and height is 2 units. So half multiplied by base multiplied by height is the area of triangle. So which is going to be half multiplied by 6 multiplied by 2 again. You get the answer to be, that is the area. So the answer is going to be 2 gets cancelled. Answer will be 6 square units. 6 square units is the area of the triangle formed by the two lines AB and CD given in the graph and the line x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 is nothing but your y-axis itself. So this is option C. Option C. So this is your 22nd question. So now we are moving on to the next question, 23rd question. So 23rd question. The question says, if tan alpha plus cot alpha equal to 2, then tan part 20 alpha plus cot part 20 alpha is asked in the question. So the minute you look at the question, you can use the simple trick and the trick here. See, alpha, both are same angles. And you know, when the angles are same, these complementary angles, tan and cot, when are they going to be same? Only in 45 degrees. So tan 45 degrees and cot 45 degrees, both are 1 and 1. So both are 1 and 1. So alpha is definitely going to be 45 degrees. Alpha is going to be definitely 45 degrees here. So tan 45 degrees plus the cot 45 degrees 2 is given in the question, which means 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And if you have to find for tan part 20 alpha plus tan part cot part 20 alpha, it's going to be 1 part 20 plus again 1 part 20, which is again 2. So answer is 2. So the minute you read the question, you know the answer. So if you want to, if you don't get that, you know, it doesn't strike you. So you need to follow the usual process. So usual process is going to be tan alpha plus cot alpha equals 2. So it's going to be tan alpha plus 1 by tan alpha equals 2. So this will be, take LCM. So it's going to be tan square alpha plus 1 minus 2 tan alpha equals 0. So here this is representing a quadratic equation. So you have tan square alpha minus 2 tan alpha plus, so it's in the form of a square minus 2ab plus b square form. A square minus 2ab plus b square form. So it's going to be a minus b the whole square. So it's going to be a minus b the whole square. Tan alpha minus 1 the whole square equals 0, which means tan alpha equal to 1 and alpha is 45 degrees. So after getting alpha to be 45 degrees here, you can find what is asked in the question. What is asked is tan part 20 alpha plus cot part 20 alpha. So it's going to be tan alpha is tan 45 degrees. So it's going to be 1 part 20 plus again 1 part 20, which will be 1 plus 1. So it's going to be 2. Answer is 2. Okay, now we have the 24th question. If 217x plus 131y equals 913, 131x plus 217y equals 827. Then what is x plus y? So this is what is asked in the question. If you look at both the linear equations, what do you have, children? Look at this, coefficient of x is 217. That becomes the coefficient of y here, 217. Coefficient of y in the first equation is 131, which is the coefficient of x in the second equation. So you have this model means, if you have this model, what you need to do is do addition of both the equations and do subtraction of both the equations. Then you'll get x plus y equal to something, x minus y equal to something. Then you can solve those two linear equations and find the value of x and y. But here, solution of x and y is not asked. Just x plus y is asked in the question. So part of the solution is asked in the question. So just what is x plus y is asked in the question. So basically add both the equations. 217x plus 131x is going to be 8, 348x. Again we have 131y plus 217y. So when you add both, you get 348y equals 913 plus 827. Going to be a 10, 4, 17. So now 348 you can take it out. Multiplied with x plus y is 1740. What is x plus y, children? X plus y is going to be 1740 divided by 348. So 348, if you see, actually it will go 5 times. 348 multiplied by 5 will be 1750. So the answer is going to be option A. Option A is the answer, which is 5. X plus y value is 5 there. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question, children. We have the question number 25 here. LCM of two prime numbers P and Q is 221. Find the value of 3P minus Q. See, when we have two prime numbers, what is the HCF, children? HCF is what? It's going to be 1. For prime numbers, HCF is going to be 1. And we also have the formula LCM multiplied by HCF equals product of the two numbers. So LCM is what? 221. HCF is what? It's 1. What are the two numbers? The two numbers are P and Q. So what is P into Q is going to be 221. Question is telling P is greater. So let us find the product of P and Q is 221. So we need to find P and Q now. So let's factorize this 221. So 221 is only divisible by 13. So you get 13 into 17 as 221. 13 multiplied by 17 is 221. So what is your P now and what is your Q? So the question says P is greater than Q. The question says P is greater than Q. So which means P is 17, Q is 13. So now what you have to find in the question? 3P minus Q. So 3 multiplied by 17 minus 13. 51 minus 13. What is 51 minus 13, children? It's going to be 8 and 3. It's going to be 38. 51 minus 13 will be 38. So it is option C. Option C is the correct answer. So we are moving on. 26th question there. A card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is neither a king nor a queen? So there are totally 52 cards. In a deck of cards, you have 52 cards. So all of you know that. So that becomes the total outcome. So what is the possible outcome? Possible outcome is the card drawn should not be a king and it should not be a queen. How many kings and queens are there in a deck of 52 cards? You have 4 kings and 4 queens. So 52 minus 52 minus 8 you have to do. 52 minus 8 you have to do. You'll be getting a 44 now. So that is going to be your possible outcomes. So total outcomes is 52. Possible outcomes as I just told you, from a deck of 52 cards, there shouldn't be no king and there shouldn't be a king nor a queen. So all the 4 kings and 4 queens are removed, which means 8 cards are removed from 52. So possible outcomes will be 4. Probability that you have no king or no queen is going to be possible outcomes by total outcomes, which is going to be 44 by 52. So probability that the card drawn is neither a king nor a queen is going to be 44 divided by 52, which is 22 divided by 26, going to be 11 divided by 13. So 11 divided by 13 is the correct answer, children. So it's going to be option A. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, now we have the next question, 27th question. 2 fair dice are rolled simultaneously. The probability that 5 will come up at least once is asked in the question. So when 2 fair dice are rolled simultaneously, you have 36 outcomes, student. So let me put down all the 36 outcomes. 2, 3, 4. So 2 fair dice are rolled simultaneously. So the outcomes you have, from the first die you might have 1 and from the second die 1. So it's 1, 1. Then 1, 2. First die 1, second die 3. First die 1, second die 4. So like this, you need to fill this table. and I have 6 comma 1, 6 comma 2, 6 comma 3, 6 comma 4, 6 comma 5, 6 comma 6. So I have 36 outcomes in total now when 2 dice are rolled simultaneously. The probability that 5 will come up at least once is asked in the question. So what does it mean? What is the word? Probability that 5 will come up at least once means greater than or equal to 5. So at least once is greater than, probability of that greater than or equal to 5. So which means it should have 5 or greater than or at least once. At least once means in one die 5 should come, or in both the dice 5 should come. So that is what is asked in the question. Probability that 5 will come up at least once, because you're rolling both 2 dice simultaneously. You're rolling 2 dice simultaneously. Either one dice should show up a 5, or both the dice should show 5. So that is what is the question asked, probability. So here if you see one die is showing a 5, so you can have it as 1, count 1. Then in the second row you have again one die showing a 5. Then in the third row again one die showing a 5. In the fourth row you have one die showing a 5. In the fifth row you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 dice. 6 times you have the dice showing up 5. So 6 plus 4 is a 10. And in the last row you have in one place here 6 comma 5. So totally in 11 you have the possible outcomes to be 11 here. So possible outcomes is 11. What is the total outcomes, children? Total outcomes is 36. When 2 dice are rolled simultaneously, the total outcomes is always 36. So probability that 5 will come up at least once. 5 will come up at least once is going to be 11 divided by 36, which is option B. Now we have 28th question there. 1 plus sine square alpha is 3 sine alpha cos alpha. 1 plus sine square alpha is 3 sine alpha cos alpha. Then value of cot alpha is asked in the question. So 1 plus sine square alpha is 3 sine alpha cos alpha. So what can I do in place of 1? We have the identity in trigonometry, children. Sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. Shall I substitute it here? So in place of 1, I can have sine square alpha plus cos square alpha. Then again another sine square alpha equals 3 sine alpha cos alpha. So it is actually going to be 2 sine square alpha plus cos square alpha equals 3 sine alpha cos alpha. Now what I have to do here is, children, I can make this as a quadratic equation. If I substitute for sine alpha as x, if I put the value of sine alpha as x, I can make it a quadratic equation. So look at it. 2 sine square alpha is that. So I have 2 sine square alpha. So if I put sine alpha as x, so it's going to be 2x square. And here it is cos square alpha. Here it will be 3x cos alpha. So I will have 2x square minus 3x cos alpha. I'm bringing it to the left hand side. Then I have plus cos square alpha. So I get a quadratic equation here. So this is a plus cos square alpha. So this is a quadratic equation. Okay, now, so look at it. I have ax square plus bx. B is 3 cos alpha into x plus c. C is cos square alpha. So I have to factorize this and get the values. So I will take the coefficient of x square, which is 2, and the constant term cos square alpha. So when I take 2 cos square alpha, what do I get, children? To get the middle term, splitting the middle term, you do the normal factorization. You have learnt it in lower grades. So 2 cos square alpha, how do I do it? It's going to be 2 cos alpha into cos alpha. And because it is minus 3 there, so both the places you put a minus. So 2x square minus 2x cos alpha minus x cos alpha plus cos square alpha equal to 0. So now what is common in the first two terms? In the first two terms, 2x square and 2x cos alpha, what is common here? 2x is common. You can take it out. So inside I'll have x minus cos alpha. And in the third and the fourth term, x cos alpha and cos square alpha, what is common, children? Cos alpha is common. So I'll write minus cos alpha. Again, I have x minus cos alpha equal to 0. So I have 2x minus cos alpha into x minus cos alpha equals 0. So now, if it is going to be 2x minus cos alpha, it's going to be 2x equals cos alpha. So I have it like this. So what is cos alpha now? 2x is already we have substituted for x value. What is the x we have substituted for? Sine alpha. X is sine alpha. So I have to put it here now. X is sine alpha. So it's going to be 2 sine alpha equals cos alpha. Now what is cot alpha? You know cot alpha is cos divided by sine. Cos divided by sine is cot. So this sine alpha, I'll bring it to the right hand side. So I will have cot alpha equal to 2. Now again I'll take the next one. X is equal to x minus cos alpha equal to 0. So this is going to be x equals cos alpha. X is what, children? X is sine alpha. So sine alpha is cos alpha. So now again cot alpha will be equal to 1. So what do I have now? I have cot alpha equal to 2. I also have cot alpha equal to 1. So the question is values of cot alpha is asked in the question. So what are the values 1 and 2? So option C. Option C is my answer. So we have the next question, children. The vertices of a parallelogram in order are, so let me draw the parallelogram now. So A, B, C, D. So these are the vertices. I have the coordinates 1, 2, 4, y, x, 6, 3, 5. So this is what the question says. The vertices of a parallelogram taken in order. Okay. Then x and y is asked in the question. So we know the property of a parallelogram, children. What is the property? You know the parallelogram, the diagonals AC and BD intersect. They bisect each other, diagonals. So you have the common point, the midpoint of AC, because the diagonals bisect each other. The midpoint of AC is going to be equal to midpoint of BD. Midpoint of AC diagonal will be equal to midpoint of BC diagonal. So we are just going to use that and find the value of x and y. So midpoint of diagonal AC equals midpoint of diagonal BD. What is the midpoint of diagonal AC, children? So we have here A is 1, 2, C is x, 6. So the midpoint is going to be 1 plus x by 2, 2 plus 6 by 2. So midpoint is going to be 1 plus x by 2, 2 plus 6 by 2. What is the midpoint of BD? 3 plus 4 by 2, 5 plus y by 2. 3 plus 4 by 2, 3 plus 4 by 2, 5 plus y by 2. So on comparing, I can compare and equate this. 1 plus x by 2 is nothing but 3 plus 4 by 2. So 1 plus x by 2 is 3 plus 4 by 2. So what do I get my x value here, children? X value 2 will get cancelled. X is going to be 7 minus 1, which is 6. Again, I can equate this 2 plus 6 by 2 equal to 5 plus y by 2. I can also equate that. So 2 plus 6 by 2 equals 5 plus y by 2. So what do I get here, children? 2 will get cancelled in the denominator. I have 8 equals 5 plus y. So y will be equal to 3 here. So the answer is, question asked is x, y is asked in the question. So please be careful. Don't mark it off y, x because that option is also there. So x, y is only asked in the question. So our answer is going to be 6, 3. You need to be very careful when you're marking the options. Question number 30. ACB, where is ACB? So this is the angle ACB. This is equal to CDA. AC is 8 centimeters, AD is 3 centimeters, then BD is asked in the question. So when I look at the triangle, I'm having similar triangles there. Look at it. So if I take in triangle ADC and triangle ACB, I have angle A common in both the triangles. I also have angle in ADC triangle, angle ADC. In ACB triangle, it's given in the question, equals ACB. So this is given in the question. So two angles are equal in both the triangles, which means both the triangles are similar with AA criteria. So you have a triangle ADC to be similar to triangle ACB with AA similarity. So once you prove the two triangles are similar, what you can do, children? You know that the sides are in the proportionate ratio. So you have AD by AC equals DC by BC equals AC by AB. The corresponding sides are proportionately in the same ratio. So you have AD by AC, DC by BC equals AC by BC, AC by AB you have. What is asked in the question is BD. So if you look at BD in the figure, BD is a part of AB. So already this CD is given in the question. CD is given as 3 centimeters there in the question. Now AD is given as 3 centimeters. AD is given as 3 centimeters. If I find AB, then I can do AB minus AD and get my BD, because BD is only asked in the question. So AD by AC. What is AD, children? AD is 3. What is AC? AC is given in the question, which is 8. Then DC by BC. DC by BC, I need not bother. I'll go to the third one. AC by AB. AC is given in the question, which is 8. And AB we don't know. We are going to find AB. If we find AB, we will be able to find the AD value. So that's the reason we have taken that. So 3 by 8 equals 8 by AB. 3 by 8 equals 8 by AB. What is my AB, children? So when you cross multiply, AB is going to be 64 divided by 3. Okay, now again looking into the question. BD is asked in the question. What is BD? BD is AB minus AD equals BD. What is AB? AB is 64 by 3. What is AD? AD is 3. So this is equal to BD. So 64 minus 9 by 3 is BD. So 64 minus 9 will be 55. 55 divided by 3 is my answer, which is option C. Yes, students, so that's all for today. So I've completed 30 questions. I still have 10 more questions in section B, and section C also is there, which is case study questions. I will be continuing that in the next video. So if you like my video, you could subscribe and watch the other videos as well.